Who wants to be a Disney desk heir? Bum, bum, bum,
Oh,
bum, 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 bum.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, I know. Look, they're not all going to be home runs. Let's get
That's
our
fine.
delusions of perfection out of here, shall we?
Yeah, sure.
You know,
That's fine
you
for
know,
now.
is that not a constant theme in Disney movies? Just be yourself. Just accept your flaws.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Sometimes murder is okay.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the Disney Desk, everyone. I'm Carter.
And I'm Sydney.
And welcome back to the Patreon feed.
Woo! Patreon party. This is the part where we have the real fun.
Yes, and we actually thought of a really fun topic for this episode. Sydney, would you like to explain what we're doing?
Yes, I am very excited. By the time you're seeing this, the official title of this will have already been published and decided. But in the meantime, we have been calling this the Ultimate Disney Adult Trivia. Woo! Yes.
Woo!
Today, Carter and I are going to be quizzing each other on which of us is the actual ultimate Disney adult. We have individually chosen some trivia questions, not just about Disney, but about Pixar, Marvel, and Lucasfilm as well. So, by the end of today, we will know whether Carter or Sydney is the actual ultimate Disney adult.
Or we'll completely bungle it, like when we did Jeopardy
Yeah.
on Tom's birthday, and then we'll have to eat crow. But,
Yeah.
we'll worry about that when we get there.
So basically, here's a rundown of how this is going to work. We kind of blended the rules of Jeopardy with sort of normal, regular trivia quiz style questions. Essentially, we have come up with 4 different levels for each category. The categories are Disney, Pixar, Marvel, and Star Wars. And
Right.
based off of Jeopardy, each category has a question set or a point value question for, like, to put that more concisely. So essentially, there's a 100-point question, a 200-point question, a 300-point question, and a 400-point question. And obviously, those will be increasing in difficulty from 100 to 400 for each category, similar to the way Jeopardy works. So we would be asking, I want to answer the question for 400 points for Disney, or what have you. Except the only difference is we won't be giving the answer and having to provide a question like Jeopardy. The question will just be presented normally. I'm going to ask Carter a question, and he's going to have to answer it. And if he gets that question right, he will get that point value for that question. If not, he doesn't get the points. Even though, I don't know about you, but, like, I have a couple questions in here that I'm willing to award partial credit for.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Do you know what I mean? And we'll kind of, like, decide that as we go. But essentially,
Right. We're kind of Calvin Balling this to an extent.
Yeah. Whoever has the most points at the end is the ultimate Disney adult. So please play along at home if you are listening. Tally your own points and tell us in the comments how many points you got.
Right. I was going to say, what's your relationship with trivia? We always do the what's your relationship with this thing.
You know what? Before we started recording, I was like, oh, I'm not good at games like this. But, you know, I don't know why I kind of lowball myself like that, because I don't necessarily have a
Really
record of
gotta
being
stop.
bad at this game. You know, I don't know, like, where does that come from? I don't know, but I'm actually kind of good at things like this. And I don't know why I feel nervous sometimes, but I am kind of worried about certain topics, like maybe Star Wars or Marvel. And I don't know why I feel that way, but, like, maybe that's just my own imposter syndrome talking.
I think you've
What
got
about
this.
you? What about you? Are you good at trivia?
I'm not particularly great at trivia, but my family loves trivia, particularly my brother, who auditioned for College Jeopardy multiple times.
Nerd.
Yeah, he's the nerd of the family. He's the one he's really good at trivia. I will say, when we're doing categories, we're great because we have that like brother understanding. So like one time we got a card that was robot, and I just go beep boop 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 boop, and he goes robot,
Yeah.
and he's like, it just like a layup.
Any millennial
but
would
yes.
have been able to get that.
Right.
With cable. Who
Well,
grew
you're
up
not
with
wrong.
cable. Yeah.
All right. I have a coin flip app up. Do you want to flip a coin to see who goes first?
Yeah.
All right, heads or tails?
Heads.
And it is tails. I go first.
Boom.
All right. So to start, give me Disney for 100. Gonna start out simple.
Disney for 100. Okay, great. So the question is, how does Winnie the Pooh spell the word honey?
I believe he spells it Hunny.
That's correct.
Oh, wow. I got that one. I'm like, wow, that's a tough... That's not the hardest one to start, but I'm like, oh, that's actually, like, you really got to think about that one. All right. I'm off to a good start.
Nice. I wonder if we can add in like a ding sound.
Oh, yeah, I can
you
do that.
That would be good.
There's probably a ding somewhere in GarageBand.
And like a Family Feud
Or a
style
goose
wrong
honk.
answer. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
I'm going to do the same thing. Disney for 100 points, please.
Your first question, Disney for 100 points. What high school is the titular High School Musical set in?
It is set in East High School in Albuquerque, New Mexico, baby.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, that is my final answer.
That is correct!
Woo!
So, again, my family watches a lot of game shows.
We watch Family Feud literally every day.
Yeah, that's funny, because ours is Jeopardy! And, like, when we were younger, it was Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Because we're like, we want to be millionaires.
That's us.
Yeah. And, Slumdog Millionaire had just come out, and it was a whole thing.
Right. Oh, God. Slumdog Millionaire.
God, we really memory hold that movie.
I know.
It's not even that bad, it's just weird.
Right.
All right. So I am up next. Give me Pixar for 100.
Pixar for 100. Okay. In Monsters, Inc., what is the name of Mike Wazowski's girlfriend?
Oh, no. Something with an S, I think. I know he calls her, like, Schmoozy Poo.
Something like that. I didn't think this would be that hard.
No, it's not that hard. I just haven't watched Monsters, Inc. in forever. Suzanne? I'm gonna say. I'm gonna go Suzanne.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, that is my final answer.
Ooh, I'm sorry, that is incorrect.
Oh, what was it?
It's Celia.
Celia! I knew it was an S or C. I knew it, like... Because I wanted to say Regina, and I'm like, they wouldn't make the villain and the girlfriend have the same starting letter. They wouldn't do two
Raj,
R's. They would do an S.
Okay.
All right, you're up next.
I'm going to dive into the deep end here a little bit. I'm going to take Star
right.
Wars for 200.
Star Wars for 200. That's not even half the... Come on now.
I'm
okay, this one
scared.
actually might be challenging for you. From episodes 1 through 9, how many films has Jedi Master Yoda appeared in? I
Oh,
wanted to write them out like they were like
God.
actual trivia questions.
Okay.
Go one movie at a time
Episodes
is my
1
suggestion
through
and think
9?
about it. So just the like official Skywalker saga, not any of the spin-offs or animated movies.
Right. Okay.
Out of the 9 films, how many?
Hold on. I'm going to start with... You know what? It actually makes more sense in my mind to start with episode 1 in my mind.
Think about the timeline.
I'm going to say 5. Wait.
Is that your...
No, that's not my final answer. Because I didn't take in the third trilogy. I was just thinking about 1 and 2. I don't know why I blocked out the recent ones. Okay.
Right.
Hold on. Let me do some math in my brain. Okay, 6 is my final answer.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Well, that's good because you got it right!
Did I?
Yes.
Woo!
So, the films are, he appears in Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. He is not in A New Hope, Episode 4.
Yeah.
He is in Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. He is briefly in Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. And then he is not in Episode 7, A Force Awakens, or Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker.
But
he is in Episode 8, The Last Jedi.
I can't believe I knew that. Okay. Of course I know that, Sydney.
That was a good one.
Right? See, why
I
was
will
I
say
doubting myself?
his voice is technically in Episode 9, but I'm not counting that.
Yeah.
I was like, that's not... He has to physically appear. He has to be a little puppet.
Exactly.
Well, if we... Oh, that would have been a good 400 one. How many did he appear as a puppet and not a CGI guy? Because that gets tricky depending on whether or not you count the original Episode 1 cut. Because I think he's a puppet originally, and they've since gone back and digitally made him a CGI guy. But in Episode 8, he is a puppet again.
Oh, man. I'm like...
Yeah, I could have gotten really tricky.
impressed
But I wanted to make the Star... Yeah, that was really good.
Thanks.
All right, so you now have 300 points. I am on the board again. And I will go with... let's go Marvel for 100. I'll get all the 100s out of the way first.
Okay. The question is, what is the name of Thanos' home planet?
He is from the moon Titan.
Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer.
That is correct. Yes.
I will say, if you watched Eternals, that question might be trickier, but I remembered you haven't seen Eternals.
Well, that makes a lot more sense. That is an easy one. Because he does.
Yeah, that's a good 100 question.
That's a good 100 question because if you've seen Endgame, or no, if you've seen what's it called, Infinity War, he famously does the only thing that the Reality Stone is good for, which is making PowerPoint presentations about stuff.
That is my favorite line from the Blank Check podcast is, the Reality Stone, most of us just couldn't be able to handle it. It's too ambiguous. You'd be like, oh, fuck, my mom's balloons now. How do I fix this? Come back. Like, the Space Stone, there's a limit to how much damage you can cause in any given situation. Unless you're like Red Skull and you're unworthy and get yeeted into the cosmos.
Right. Okay.
Like, see, that's a good example of retconning the Infinity Stones to be like, oh, they were already in the movies, where it's like, yeah, that makes sense. It poofs people away. It poofs them into space. Whereas being like, Loki's scepter had the Mind Stone. I'm like, what?
I love thinking of the Infinity Stones as just like the Microsoft Office suite. Because I think that is essentially what they are. They're the same color.
They're simultaneous, right? They're the most powerful items in the world, but they're also color-coded like single-use items.
Right, exactly.
Which is why I love in Loki, there's just a whole shelf of them where it's like, oh yeah, I don't know, people keep messing with those, we just keep them in here.
Right, exactly. There's a drawer. Throw it in the drawer, yeah.
Yeah. If like a nail gets loose somewhere.
Yeah, we just replace it.
If the vending machine isn't cooperating.
It's like, when you buy like a blouse or like a button-up shirt and it comes with like an extra button and you just toss it somewhere. That's what they are.
Exactly. All right. What will you pick next, Miss Barkley?
Okay, I would like Marvel for 100, please.
Marvel for 100. What did I do for Marvel for 100? Oh, this one might be a little trickier. For 100 in the Marvel category, what species/race is Loki? Think back to Thor Ragnarok. They mention it in the little play.
Is a frost giant.
Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer.
Doo-doo-doo. It is correct.
Woo!
Dang, you're beating. Oh man, I'm losing. Yes, he is a frost giant from Jotunheim.
That was kind of difficult for a 100.
Yeah, that was a challenging 100 one. But I'm like, they've referenced it in like 3 or 4 things now, so I'm like, I feel like Sydney's seen enough things that she would know that. Although, if you want to be a big nerd about Norse mythology, the frost giants would have been from Niflheim. Jotunheim was just regular giants. And then Muspelheim, which is where the guy who blows up Asgard's from, they're the fire giants. So there's like 3 different kinds of giants. 2 of them are elemental ones, and the third are just the regular old giants who Thor likes to kill.
I see.
One time they stole his hammer, and the guy was like, I'll give it back if Freya marries me. So Loki's like, I have an idea. Hear me out. You go and drag. Hear me out. We go through the wedding.
I do know this story.
Out. You get the hammer and start killing.
I do know some of that already. Okay.
Yes, that's one of the more famous ones because it's silly.
Right.
A lot of the stories are silly. Like, everyone's like, it's so metal. And I'm like, it is metal, but it's also really silly.
It's why I like the bit from Ragnarok, the get help bit. Is that when they in the elevator where they're like, here's a plan, we're gonna toss you like a rag doll, because that's honestly realistic for them.
Every time that kills me, where I'm like, and I'm not a guy who laughs in theaters a lot, but that bit just got me because it's the wire work where he's just whoa.
Right.
Ugh, mamma mia. All right, so I am up next. What have I not done yet? You know what? I'll finish out the hundreds with Star Wars for 100, please.
Okay. Honestly, this one's very easy. What planet did Rey grow up on?
She grew up on the also sand planet Jakku.
Is that your final answer?
That is, in fact, my final answer.
That's correct. Yes.
Woo! I love that they're like, oh, Jakku's from literally nowhere. And I'm like, the whole point of the first Star Wars movie is Tatooine is like a nowhere planet that's like traders and merchants just blip to briefly on the outer region. But because Luke Skywalker and Anakin Skywalker are from there, it gets to be important.
Right.
Because like 4 of like the 12 major characters in the original trilogy are from there.
To the extent where, like, throughout this last trilogy, they have to keep reiterating that Jakku is indeed the nowhere planet. Right.
Well, that's what I love about the crystal planet that they fight on Last Jedi, where it's like, it looks like a snow planet. It feels like a snow planet. So you have to have someone tap the ground, lick it, and go,
touch it.
Salt.
This is all salt. Yeah,
just
we got to
like,
talk about it.
We're not doing the Jakku thing again.
Right.
This is different.
Right.
Okay. Like, this is a cool new thing.
Is it my turn?
Yes, I believe it is your turn.
Okay, I am going to take Pixar for 100. I haven't answered any Pixar questions yet.
Okay, this is probably the most 100-y question we're going to have in our entire group. How old is Maylin Lee from Turning Red?
Oh, no.
I did this one because I do the whole opening.
Okay, I know exactly how old she is. Of course, because I remember her, like, Toronto bus pass. Which you have to be 13 years old in order to get an adult transit pass. So, Maylin Lee is 13 years old.
Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer.
Well, it's good because it's correct!
Yes!
Because when it's like the lower level questions, they're like, yes, let's get through this. Let's go.
Right.
I'm Maylin Lee. And ever since I've turned 13, I love that the bus pass is the part that was the key to you.
That stuck to me.
That's the part of your brain palace that had to here's
that scene in
file.
particular, because I like the reveal of her doing this like narration, and it just turns out that she's talking to the bus driver about all this.
And he's just like, neat.
Okay, yeah.
I do this
Please
route
sit down.
48 times a day.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Your turn.
I'm up next. And I am going to go with, you know what? I'm going to go into the deep end. Disney for 400. Hit me with the big one.
Okay, this is a big one. In The Little Mermaid, Ariel is one of 7 siblings. Please name her other 6 sisters. Now, I am willing to award 20 points for each sister. If you're unable to name all 6, I am willing to award 20 points for each one that you do get.
All right, and 100 for completing the whole thing. That tracks.
And
that's actually good math.
Or it's just going to be 400 if you can answer all 6 of them.
Okay. Venus.
No.
Aqua.
Do you want me to? Should I stop you if you're wrong, or should I?
Yeah, just say if it's not it. I'll give myself
Okay.
4 tries, and if I don't get any of them on the first 4 tries, then I'm just gonna throw in the.
Okay,
towel.
I'm gonna give you 6 tries. There's 6 sisters, so I'm gonna give you 6 tries. There's 6 names here. So Venus was wrong. Aqua is wrong as well.
T- t- uh, uh, Patricia.
No, there is not a sister named Patricia.
You know what? This is a genuinely good 400 question. You really
Okay.
outdid yourself on this one. I was gonna do the dwarves, and then I'm like, it seems a little mean.
I wouldn't have given you this question if there wasn't a whole song about it.
Yeah, but no one remembers that song. The whole joke is like the lead actress isn't in the song. Well, no, because they're going to be a prominent part of the live-action movie. If the live-action movie
They
had come
just
out, I
better
would have
be.
gotten this. Well, that's what they're hyping up, but they'll probably be in like 2 minutes. I digress. There'll probably be a scene where like they all figure out where Ariel's, and they're like, "Girl, what you doing?" And she's like,
Girl,
"I'm
what
getting
you doing?"
it."
Yeah. Mind your
Don't
business.
worry.
Yeah.
Pearl.
No.
Damn it! I thought that one actually would be one of them. Baltic.
Excuse
Are they
me?
named after seas? Are they named after seas? Sydney?
No, they're not. Let me know
Do I
when
have
you're
any
ready
more
to quit.
guesses?
Yeah,
I throw
I
in
think
the
you have
towel.
I think you have 2 more. You did like 4.
Sydney, let's be realistic
Okay.
here. I am not going to get this.
Okay. So, we got that wrong.
Aquamarine was one of them, wasn't it?
No.
Damn it.
No.
You know what? I have one more guess. Hold on.
Okay.
Ratatoskr.
Excellent choice, but sadly incorrect. So close though.
Beans.
So first of all, Ariel and her sisters all have A names.
I was trying to think of what the bit was. I didn't think they were all A names.
So the song goes, "We are the daughters of Triton, our great father who loves us and named us well." And then they go through the roll call, and their names are, in order of age, from oldest to youngest, Aquata, Adrena, Arista, Atina, Adela, Alana, and Ariel.
Alana. Such an 80s name.
I know, that is a really 80s name. So, I'm sorry, but you got none of those correct.
That one was rough. Yeah, I'm sweating bullets now. I gotta really step up if I'm
Yeah,
gonna
so
win this.
far, I'm looking like a real Disney adult right now. Not
All right.
gonna lie.
What is your next question?
Okay. Let me think. I'd like to answer another Marvel question. Let's do Marvel for 200. Wait, did I do that one yet? No, I
No,
didn't.
you did 100. Marvel for 200. What Marvel Cinematic Universe film was Stan Lee's final cameo?
Oh, wait, MCU? Or not like... Okay, well, if we're talking MCU...
Because he might have been in like Dark Phoenix or something, and I'm just not going to count that.
Well, I was gonna say... Whatchamacallit? Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, you're right. I
that's
could have
not-
gotten tricky with that.
But that's not it. So...
Technically canon, yet.
Yes, technically canon, but not MCU quite. Okay, so anyway, my answer
It will be,
is
though.
Captain Marvel.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
Ms. Barkley, I'm afraid you are incorrect.
What am I missing?
He had a final cameo in the final film of the Infinity Saga, Endgame, where he drove past,
What?
in the 1970s,
Oh my gosh,
he
you're
drove past
right.
Camp David
And he's
said,
like,
"Hey man,
"Peace,
make love,
man."
not
yeah,
war."
make love, not war. Oh my goodness, I totally forgot about that. Because
All right, I'm backing it, baby.
I remember that the one from Captain Marvel was like the most recent, like the closest one to his death.
That's
and
the one they filmed the most recently, yes.
Right, and he doesn't say anything, and she just makes eye contact with him, and he gives an elderly wisdom smile. and
Yes.
a knowing nod, and it's very nice.
Yes.
It's a very nice moment.
That was one of my favorite Kevin Smith stories, where he's like, Kevin Feige called me, and it was just like, because he's reading the script for Mallrats, like, which is a film he cameoed in before there was the whole MC thing, and Kevin Smith was like, yeah, Feige called me. It was just like, hey man, we wanted to do the scene. We thought it was really funny, but his voice just really isn't there anymore. He can't say the line. Is there any way you could just get some of the audio? Could we get some of the audio from the movie and kind of make it work for this? Because in Mallrats, he cameos as Stan Lee, like the comic book creator. So he says Excelsior because that's his line.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, oh, we'll just get the audio from that, and we can like make it work.
Yeah.
But yes,
Is that
close but no cigar.
My first
That's your first.
wrong
yeah, your first
answer. I'm kind of disappointed in myself. I thought I knew that one.
I was gonna say, I thought you were gonna run the table on Marvel and Disney, but
Yeah. Oh well.
all right, I'm back in it. I'm digging myself out of the ditch here. I gotta make up points. Let's do Disney for 200.
Okay. In Peter Pan, what is the name of the children's pet dog?
Oh my god! I forget Peter Pan.
I thought this one was kind of easy.
Well, I think of the Lost Boys. I don't think of the damn dog.
Peter Pan was the movie for me that I had on repeat as a kid, so maybe I'm biased.
Boskov? No.
Boscovs? Yeah. Don't overthink it.
Is it something? It's something ladylike. It's like Patricia or something.
What's with you and Patricia?
I don't know.
The word Patricia does not exist in the Disney cinematic universe. Nobody is named Patricia anywhere.
I'm gonna say Madeline.
No. Is that your final answer?
Yeah, that's my final answer. You already said no.
Is that really your final
change it now that I
answer?
know. Yeah, I can't. You already said no. That would be cheating.
You overthought it, man. Think about the children and their lives in London. Like, think about them.
Nanny.
Okay, it's Nana.
Motherfucker. Sorry.
Right?
Sorry,
That's why I was like,
if I said that on an actual trivia show, I wouldn't get to be on to the trivia show anymore.
don't overthink it and just like, but I didn't think you'd give her like an actual woman's name. But she is their nanny. Like, it's Nana.
That's why I was thinking women's names. Damn it. No, that's what my AP Euro teacher said. She's like, Carter, you always overthink it. You usually get it right on the first try, and then you try to think of some trick.
Yeah.
And, like, pick the wrong answer. All right, your turn.
Okay, what have I done? I want a Disney question. I'm ready to do Disney for 200.
Disney for 200. For Disney 200, where did Tiana want to build her restaurant? Or, to put it another way, what was the building she was going to buy out that she would make the restaurant in?
Is this like the
not
name?
Not like a company name. Like, what kind of building was it?
Okay.
That would be cheap for 200.
Okay. So my guess, I'm not actually too confident about this, but my answer is that it was a sugar mill.
Are you sure that's your final answer?
Yes.
Well, you're kicking my ass then, because you're absolutely correct.
I wasn't sure if sugar even goes through a mill, or if it was like a wheat mill or something. I knew it was...
Yeah, sugar, because sugar starts as cane. You have to, like, grind it.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
You played Animal Crossing.
I should know that. I play Animal Crossing, yeah. I played in a farming sim.
That's our frame of reference for everything.
Right. That's how I know about any names of fish or bugs.
Honestly, that's probably closer for me than I'd want to admit. All right, I'm going to throw a Hail Mary pass. Give me Star Wars for 400.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Gets me right back in it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm scared for you. Okay, guests of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge will visit which planet?
But it's something with a B. Lakitu.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
You're so close.
Really?
I almost want to give it to you. It's Batu. Batu.
Oh, wow. I was close. Damn. No. Let's be fair. I don't get credit for that.
Okay. It's Batu.
Mostly because I'm still in self-flatulation for getting none of the daughters. Damn. Oh my god. I'm getting smoked.
Okay.
See, you would know that because you were gonna work there.
Well, I didn't think you'd get like that close. I almost like that's why I kind of want to give it to you because I didn't think you'd even guess the right the sound of it correctly. You know.
Someday we'll go there and we'll make lightsabers.
This whole universe is just made up words. They're just
right.
Coffee's
just calf for some reason, and that just makes me sick. Just call it coffee. It's fine.
Yeah.
Things can be called things.
Yeah.
There's a finite amount of things I'm willing to look up a glossary for in your universe,
right.
sir.
Okay, is it my turn?
What's up for you?
Throw me in the deep end and give me Star Wars for 400.
This one I made specifically for you.
Oh dear.
What are the crystal critters actually called?
What? There's another name for them?
They're not... They have a species name.
They do?
Yes. Everything in Star Wars has a stupid name.
I thought their stupid
That's
name...
the whole thing.
I thought their stupid name was Crystal Critter.
That's just a nickname.
I don't remember them being called anything else. Okay,
Every stupid little alien you see on screen has some kind of elaborate, vaguely Latin name.
I never heard it referenced. Okay. I don't know.
This is why it's 400.
Crystal Critters? Just, my answer is Crystal Critters. I think you're lying.
I'm afraid that would have been really funny if I tried to, gaslight you into thinking they had another name.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, no, Sydney.
Okay.
The crystal critters are a species called the Vulptex. Vulptx.
Yep, I never would have guessed that. I literally have never heard that word in my life, so.
Alright. You're still beating me, I think.
Okay.
We're almost halfway through this, actually.
Yeah.
The next question for both of us is the final, halfway, so we should stop and counter points.
Halfway? Okay. So what would you like next?
I'll finish the Disney category for 300.
Oh, do you only have one more? Okay.
Yeah, I need to sweep Marvel to make up for all this.
Okay. So, Christian Bale voiced a supporting character in which 90s Disney movie?
I know this one. I almost gave you this one. Pocahontas.
That's correct.
Oh, thank God. All right, I'm back on base.
Okay.
Yes. I almost gave you that one because I thought that'd be a funny one. But I was going to ask you to name the character. I would have been a little crueler.
Thomas, yeah.
See, and you know that. Of course you know that off the top of your head.
Of course I know that, because I'm a Disney adult. Okay.
I'm a Mario brother or something. I don't know.
Right. Okay. My turn again?
Mm-hmm.
And then that's the halfway point? Okay. Let me see. Please give me Disney for 200. I mean, no. Pixar for 200.
Pixar for 200. Oh, you're going to get this one. What famous female celebrity makes a cameo in Coco?
What?
Not the real person. A famous person exists in the universe of Coco. They don't voice a character.
Okay.
That would be insane.
It helps a lot that you've meant that you added that to it, because I was like, huh? So, I'm going to say Frida Kahlo.
Are you 100% sure?
Yes.
Your answer is locked in, and that answer is correct.
Woo!
Yes, Frida Kahlo has a shockingly large cameo in that movie.
Right? Why is she a character in that movie? I've always found that odd.
We have to have one famous Mexican celebrity in this who isn't a made-up person.
I can think of a couple Mexican celebrities. Why did they have a real artistic legend who is dead be a character? But I guess that works because everybody's dead in the movie.
And plus, they're like,
Spoiler
it has to
alert,
be
if you
someone
haven't
who's
seen Coco.
prominently remembered, and also someone who would be in the same level as Ernesto de la
somebody
Cruz.
as Ernest, yeah, who would be famous and dead, and famous in
Enough
the
to
dead
be
world.
in the same show as him.
That makes sense. Okay.
Like, you gotta get another A. Like, it's all A-listers once you're in the underworld.
Yeah.
Or the land of the dead. Pardon, it's not the underworld. All right.
And I guess they couldn't do like someone like Dali or something like that.
Right. All right. Let's tally up our points.
So I have 900.
And I have 600. All right. So I'm down by 300.
Okay.
I like those odds.
Alrighty then.
I bet a lot of money
so
on
we're
this.
back.
All right.
What's that?
I bet a lot of money on this.
Oh, did you know? Okay.
I'm in deep to the tune of.
So I almost wish we had. Okay, so it's your turn again.
All right. Give me Pixar for 200. We should have made a trophy or something.
I know. In Toy Story 2, what is the name of the toy store?
Al's Toy Barn.
Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer.
And that is correct. Yay! That one probably should have been in the 100 category.
I'm surprised they haven't made, because they do Pixar Legos now. I'm surprised they haven't done that, because I would have loved an Al's Toy Barn as a, like...
Do you know those Twitter pages that are like just devoted to like a single clip from like a cartoon or something, and they play it on like the same day of the week?
Saturdays
I follow the one that's like
and Dad's Cars.
Yes, Saturdays are made for dads. But I also followed the one from Toy Story 2 where he's like, and now I have to go all the way to work on a Saturday, and he just drives across the street.
Just cuts off 7. After watching the toys nearly get shattered to pieces and smushed, this guy, it's just that easy. That's what I love about. That's all of my favorite jokes in Toy Story. It's like, God, everything is so difficult for them. And in reality, this is like 10 steps for one of us. This is barely an inconvenience. What a film.
Okay.
All right, what's your next
my turn? Okay. I'm going to take Pixar for 400.
Oh, Pixar. Let's see if you know this one. Who originally owned Pixar? What CEO owned Pixar?
Steve Jobs.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
I knew I should have picked a harder one because that is correct.
I did it.
Basically, who wins or who doesn't is wholly dependent on who gets the more 400 questions, and I am bungling this.
I'm honestly surprised with myself.
Freaking
not only that I'm getting them right, but that I've stumped you up until this point.
No, that doesn't surprise me. You're selling yourself short. I will take Pixar for 300.
Yeah, you're probably right. Pixar for 300? Okay, this is almost the exact same question you just asked me. Almost. In what year did Disney acquire Pixar?
Oh, 2005.
Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer. It's 2006, isn't it?
It's 2006.
No! I was like, when did Ratatouille come out? No!
I am so sorry.
Oh, man. Well, at least... Alright, I feel better that I'm like... The only ones I completely whiffed are the daughters of Trident and the dog. At least I'm in the ballpark for most of these, and I just have a weird way of talking.
That's true. Okay. My turn again.
Hit me.
Alright. Give me Marvel for 300.
In the Marvel category, for 300 points, how many people have used Thor's hammer?
Oh, poop. This is kind of tricky.
If someone used it in What If, we're not counting that, because I just realized I didn't think about that.
Okay, let me talk it out. So, Thor, obviously, and then I'm going to say Steve Rogers, and then, because I did see Love and Thunder, I'm going to include Jane, And then, oh my gosh. I'm worried that I don't know how else to describe it, because I'm trying to think of the scene where, like, the child, like, these children start, like, you know, acquiring the thunder. Okay, my final answer is going to be 4 people.
Is that your final answer? You are
Yes.
correct, but not based
Are you
off
kidding?
that. So the 4th person was Vision. He uses it multiple times in
Oh
Age
my
of Ultron.
gosh. You are correct. I forgot. But I guess I still get that right. I guess correctly, but I
that's just
could've
how
fumbled
that's
into
just how
that.
the ball game's going for me today.
I
Some days you just
tripped
don't have it.
into the end zone.
It's pretty funny.
Awesome.
I'm like, you're really overthinking this.
Mm-hmm. But you know what I'm talking about, right? Like,
Yeah.
I've actually not watched Love and Thunder again. I need to.
I've watched it a couple times now. I mean, they get the power of Thor, but they never, because he
Actually
doesn't
touch
have the
the
hammer
thing.
at the time. He only has the lightning bolts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Interesting.
but anyway, all right. So I'm up next.
Mm-hmm.
I am going Pixar 400. Let's go through all the categories.
Pixar for 400, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Honestly, this is more of a testament to me just being good at making up trivia questions. Okay.
Yours are better than mine. I will give you that. You should probably get bonus points for that.
I did have to. This is one. I can't take credit for these. I had to do some research to come up with some of these. Okay.
Oh, I assume that was part of the
Yeah,
process.
it definitely. Okay, here's question 400 points in Pixar. Which classic movie is Wall-E a fan of?
All About Eve.
Is that your final answer?
Final answer.
Nope.
I knew it. I just was like, I'm just going to throw it, and I'm going to see who catches
I
the
thought you
ball.
might get this one because you like Wall-E, right?
Yeah, but I haven't seen it in so
Oh.
long.
It was Hello, Dolly.
Of course it was Hello, Dolly.
Yeah.
A famous historical bomb that killed an entire genre of
Yep.
movies. Of course. Well, I am officially a loser in the Pixar category.
Are you really? Do you have any win? Oh, you do have one win in the Pixar category. I haven't. I need to complete one of these. You know what? Okay, I'll complete Pixar too. I have one Pixar left, so I'm gonna do Pixar for 300.
Okay, this probably should have been my 400, but what is the long-lost Pixar movie that was almost finished before being canceled? I will give you one hint. A film came out around the same time that had the exact same plot, but with different context.
Okay. I feel like this is something we talked about recently.
Yes.
Oh man. Did this have to do with Up?
I believe they might have referenced it in Up, but it doesn't have anything to do with Up, like plot-wise. I'm deciding if I should give you a hint of what the movie that came out that got it canned.
Don't help me. Because we were talking about it when we were talking about elementals. Or not element. Is that what it's called? Elements? Element? Whatever
Yes.
the fuck it is. Poop. I am going to do what I have done all through high school when I don't know the question. The answer is just leave it blank.
The answer was you walk away with the money, having
Yes.
already beaten me for the most part. The answer was Newt.
What's that?
It was a film. It's about two newts who are the last of their species who have to mate to repopulate
Ew.
their species, and they go on an adventure.
I have never heard of this.
Yes, it is oft forgotten. They should probably just release it. They didn't release it because it was too similar to
Is it
Rio, but
finished?
they literally murdered Blue Sky Studio. It was apparently it was like 90%.
Huh. This is the first I've heard any of that information.
I mean, they weren't doing press for it yet. They'd announced it a couple times, but they weren't like showing stuff from it.
How strange.
All right. I am going to do Marvel for 300.
Okay. Marvel for 300. How many years was Steve Rogers trapped in ice?
I'm literally mapping this out. 60. I'm going to say roughly 70 years.
Is that your final?
Is there an exact number?
There is an exact number.
I'm going to say 65 years.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, that's my final answer.
It was 66 years. Oh my God, Carter.
Come on, I'm barely.
I
like,
genuinely
this is an asterisk.
feel sorry right now. Like I didn't think. I thought.
This is an asterisk win.
I thought you would be able to. I thought. Okay, I just thought. I'm sorry.
All right, the MCU timeline is fuzzy. I was trying to think of when he went in the ice during World War II.
You're right. Maybe that was a little difficult. There was math involved in that.
Why would they do 66? It's too reminiscent of the Devil's
Right.
number, and Steve Rogers is the opposite.
He believes
of that.
in there's only one
in
God,
reality,
ma'am.
I'm the winner here.
Okay. Yes.
Exactly. I really just need to hope you get every other question.
Okay. I just might. Okay. Give me Disney for 300.
For 300, what movie originally had a role for the Beatles? What Disney animated film was originally going to cast the pop rock group The Beatles?
Robin Hood?
Close. Same era, but is that your final answer?
Can I change my answer? Why did
Well,
you?
no, because I said
Yeah,
close.
you already
I
gave
feel
it
like I
away. Okay,
can't.
that's my final answer then.
It was The Jungle Book.
Oh, my next was going to be Sword in the Stone.
They were going to be the Vultures.
Oh wait, I knew that. The vultures are already modeled after them.
Yes, that's why they all have, like, mop tops.
Yeah, and talk like they're from Birmingham.
Yeah. Oh, jeez, Mowgli. You gotta get back to
I
the
love
people,
them.
Mowgli.
Yeah.
I'm Ringo. And I'm
Yeah.
John Lennon. And I'm Paul. I don't know how to do
And I'm Paul. Is that what Paul sounds like, Mickey Mouse?
And George Harrison just doesn't say anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, that's what Paul sounds like in my head. All right,
He's-
Marvel for 200.
Paul is the Mickey Mouse of the Beatles. Okay.
Woohoo!
Marvel for
I
200.
wrote a song called Hard Day's Night. Whoa! Oh, wow!
Okay.
I have a bass.
You said 200 Marvel for 200?
Yes.
You're going to laugh. Ready? What is Loki's real race?
Frost Giant, get out of here.
I didn't want to say anything earlier, but I was like, "Oh my gosh." We have the same
And you were
question.
like, oh, I don't know what it is. Oh.
I answered right away. Well, cuz I did
Good
like
acting.
part of me was like, do I blow the spot? But I was like, no. But within me when I was like, I knew we were going to have at least one question where we both picked the same thing. Wait, what level did you put yours at?
I put mine at 100.
Oh, see, I think that's a more difficult question though.
I mean,
You
I
gotta
guess
kind of
it's
know
like-
a little something to know that.
Yeah, plus I'm like weird about Norse mythology.
Yeah,
so I would like
that's
to think of that.
that's your geek thing.
Well, I have a lot of geek things.
You
but
do,
That's definitely one. Of them.
yeah, but it's one of them. Okay, it's your
Alright, what's
turn.
next?
Oh no, you just answered that question. Okay, so it's my turn. Okay, I would like to complete. I completed all of Pixar. I want to complete Disney, so give me Disney for 400.
For 400, what was Mickey Mouse's very first words? What were the first words of Michael Theodore Mouse?
I actually know this one. I think I know this one. I think it was hot dog.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
Well, you'll be happy to know his first words were hot dogs.
Wait, hot dogs or was it hot dog?
I think it was hot dogs because he had like a grill, but I'm willing to
Why would it
accept
be?
that.
But no, it's got to be hot dog because remember in the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse series, the whole thing was about like there was a whole song called Hot Dog. Like that's a
Yeah, but he's selling hot dogs. He has like a whole grill of
oh,
wings.
I guess. Okay. Well, anyway, I got it right.
But you got it right.
Let's not tamper with. Let's not poke the bear.
Damn
Okay.
it. Damn it.
This is going very well.
I still can't get over that clip where Alex Hirsch was like, Hootie was just supposed to be Mickey Mouse. Like, haha, wow, Hoot.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's
yeah,
funny.
you're a series regular now.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Marvel for 400.
Ooh, this one's gonna stump you. I thought there was a chance that you might get this one, but since judging by what you've already answered previously, I actually am kind of worried. Okay, Marvel for 400. What is the name of the singer Sam Wilson recommends to Steve Rogers? We're not gonna get this.
Marlon Wayne.
Huh? Marlon Wayans.
I don't know. Yeah, that seems like a weird option for him. Is it the same guy who Baron Zemo references?
Who's that?
Like, remember that bit in Falcon and Winter Soldier where they're on the plane and, like, Baron's talking about the music that's playing and Falcon goes, he's out of line, but he's right.
Oh, I don't even remember that.
I'm gonna say... Oh, my God, man, come on. This is a good 400. Well, because they also change it for the international audiences.
Do they? Why would they change that?
Well, they change what's on his list, not the specific singer. They
Oh.
didn't ADR it. Whitney Houston.
Is that your
That
final
doesn't sound
answer?
right. Yeah, but I know it doesn't sound right.
The answer is Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye. I knew it was an M name. I always forget Marvin Gaye.
Mm-hmm.
You know what they say? Don't forget Marvin Gaye.
You don't forget Marvin Gaye.
My grandmama would like pack my lunch and get my backpack on my shoulders and say, "Don't forget," and I'd be like, "Never."
I won't. The Alamo, 9/11, and Marvin Gaye.
God,
Things we will never forget. Okay. It's my turn again.
Yeah, it's your turn again.
All right, we're running out of questions. We're almost finished.
2 left, I believe, for each of us. Or 3, maybe, for you.
I have 3.
Yeah, you have
okay.
3, and I have
So
2.
give me Star Wars for 100. I'm scared of these Star Wars questions.
Star Wars for 100. In a galaxy far, far away, who was the first character to use a double-bladed lightsaber on screen?
Oh, poop. Okay, I'm just going to go with my gut here and say Kylo Ren. Final answer.
Is that your... Well, then I'm afraid you are incorrect. The first
Is
character
it?
to
What's
use
his
a
face?
double-bladed lightsaber was Darth Maul.
Darth Maul?
In
Yeah.
the early 2000s film, Star Wars Episode 1
I
of
kind of
Phantom
knew
Menace.
that. Oh, well.
All right.
But I wasn't
so what do I have
sure.
left? I'm going to do Star Wars for 200.
Okay. This is probably too easy. Some of these I'm thinking this should have been a 100 question. Star Wars for 200. What material was Han Solo frozen in?
Carbonite.
Is that your final answer?
Final answer. Yes.
Okay, well, it's correct. That should have
the
been-
Redemption Tour. This should have been a 100.
Okay, this is each of our final questions.
No, wait. You have 2. You have 2 more.
Oh, you're right. I do.
Marvel for
Okay.
400 or Star Wars for 300.
Oh, now I've confused myself. Okay, just give me Star Wars for 300 then.
Star Wars for 300. What is Finn's Stormtrooper code number?
What's his name? Finn's code number is FN 2187.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, that is my final
Then
answer.
you are correct. God damn it. Yes, you got it.
Yay.
Do 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 do.
Which one do you want?
My final question is Star Wars for 300.
Before being named Finn, his stormtrooper identification number was what?
FN
2187. I just know, like, Gwendolyn Christie's, like, very sexy, like, FN 2187. Like, I just remember her saying that so, like, seductively. In her metal suit.
Came back. She should have somehow gotten out of burning alive.
In going into a trash compactor. Yeah. Okay, so we only had 2 questions that were the same. And I like that
that's
we put them
bad, all things considered.
We put them in the same exact, like, point value. So that's kind of fun.
Right. And your final question
is Marvel for 400?
Marvel for 400. What is the SHIELD agent number for Laura Barton? Clint Barton's wife.
I have no idea.
All right. Think back to Hawkeye.
I have 0 clue.
Do you want to guess a number, or are you gonna?
Nope. I leave it blank. That's what I do.
The answer was Agent 19, the Mockingbird.
Nope. I would never have got that.
Dang. Well, I just like Mockingbird as a character, and I also kind of feel bad because Hawkeye writes Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. out of existence, because he already met Mockingbird. Wow. And ladies and gentlemen, that was the first ever Disney adult trivia competition.
Wow. Okay, so hopefully you've been playing along at home. Tally up your points. I'm going to do the same right now. If my math is correct, and I'm not confident about my math, you may have to double check my work here.
Hold on, I'll look over it real quick.
Okay.
700, 1,000, 140, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 2,000. 2,300 points for Sydney Barkley.
How did I miss?
2,000.
What did I miss? I came up with 2,100 points.
You might have gotten one of the numbers mixed up. I think you might have gotten the Loki one mixed up, because I think we actually did have those as different numbers.
Okay.
And in second place, Carter Glace with 1,500 points. Disney Desk listeners, your true Disney adult is one Sydney Nicole Barkley.
Hell yeah. I am a Disney adult. Officially, I am a Disney adult. I cannot believe this day has come. I should have prepared a speech. Wow.
Should have made a sash.
I know. I feel like I need some kind of Miss America crown, some Disney adult tiara. Wow. I, among 2 of us, am a real Disney adult. And not just a real one, an ultimate one.
That's the important distinction.
Yeah. Like, I'm a super Disney adult. Just because of these questions that we made up.
These questions we made up on the
fly. Right.
But
wow.
I will say, this was really fun. I definitely want to do this again. Maybe have like a third party come up with questions. I know Tom has a Jeopardy setup, so we could do like a full Jeopardy competition.
You know what would be good for this cast pod? They would be good at coming up with questions for us.
Yes, I do think, and they could organize it and we could record it that way. That actually would be very, very fun.
Yeah.
I am ashamed. I will Tom and Jerry myself on the train tracks in penance for my failures.
Oh my goodness.
I wish I didn't have to drive in like 15 minutes because I would be drinking copiously in shame. I do regret that.
Drown your sorrows in Taco Bell. You played well.
If it wasn't for those 2 where I was that close, 3 where I was off by like a phrase, would have been a close one.
I mean, I actually thought you would have gotten the Wally one, But yeah, we haven't even talked about WALL-E in a while, so I don't know why. I just
Should've
wish
done that for Earth Day.
you were so close with the Peter Pan dog one. Except like
That's
you answered
me,
it after
close
the
but no
fact.
cigar.
Right. Yeah.
Ain't that just the way?
Ain't that just the way? But we will have to do this or something like this again. Maybe one day we're still trying to incorporate streaming maybe in the future. Maybe we could do this with an audience at some point.
That would be very fun.
Yeah. But this was a good day. We saved the fun stuff for Patreon.
And the experimental stuff.
Right.
And until we're back in the field of competition proving ourselves as true Disney adults, I'm Carter.
And I'm Sydney.
Have a magical day.
Thanks for listening.